Hello again, welcome to Optimal Humanity, a program designed to help you become the optimal version of yourself. Today, we're going to cover two topics. The first one is going to be if you are on what we call the over 50 curse. If you are there, we're going to tell you what you can do, what steps you can take to improve yourself. The second, I'm gonna give the first update on what I challenged myself to do a deadlift at a what they call the elite level, which is 315 pounds. The reason I do that is to show you that age is not an impediment. So let's get started. The over 50 curse and how to transcend it. The over 50 curse, we mean if you have the so-called non-communicable disease, which are diseases that you cannot get a virus. Also, they are a disease that you don't, for instance, if you break your arm or something to that effect. They are a disease that most people think they just so happen for an act of God, or they always try to blame it on genetics, which we all know that there is epigenetics, which has nothing to do with genetics. You're not predetermined or predestined to get any of this disease. They also refer to as chronic disease, for which, so they want us to believe there is no cure. Best you can hope is that you get a pill and you treat your symptoms. Remember, treat your symptoms. What that really means is to poison your immune system so it will not try to recover and you will not have those symptoms that the immune system is trying to heal itself. So, what is the over 50 curse? We have mentioned it before. Are any cardiovascular disease, any heart disease, diabetes, cancer, also called type 4 diabetes, asthma, COPD, Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, cystic fibrosis, obesity, osteoporosis, and you know the list. If you have any of those conditions, you are on what we call the over 50 curse, which is not necessary, is not predetermined, nor what you have and is written in stone. There is a solution. Let me repeat that to infinitum. There is a solution, and it is on your hands. We'll know the principle that is states the sufficient reason, which means everything has a cause. Everything. There is nothing that happens just cause or whatever. So if it's not a virus, what is it that is driving or is causing your non-communicable disease? What it is, it's not a virus, it's not an accident that you've broke your arm or whatever. It is something 100% under your control. It is what you choose to do. In other words, your lifestyle. That's what the word diet means, lifestyle. Your lifestyle is the root cause of all these series of non-communicable or chronic disease. Your choice in the past, your decisions, what you choose to do in your life is the root cause of what you have now. Think about that. The cause of what you have now is the choices you made in the past. Consequently, what you're going to have in the near future is what you choose to do starting today. And I'm going to tell you what is it that you choose to do to start today. We need to eliminate the root cause of those diseases. Just like if you have a virus infection, you need to kill the virus, either with probiotics, with antibiotics, or you just let your immune system to do its job and kill the virus. In here, we have no virus. Remember your choice. If you want to change the over 50 curse, that list of conditions, you need to choose to change your lifestyle, especially your diet and what you do from day to day. Your diet, all those non-communicable disease, all those chronic disease for which there is no virus, have to do with your diet. You are eating the wrong diet. Let your food with your medicine. They've been telling us that since before Jesus Christ. And that is the case. What we need to do, if you want to change that, first and foremost is to change what you eat. You can start by getting rid of all ultra-processed food. All of it. And refined sugar. And you have to keep in mind that seed oils are ultra-processed food. In short, if you want to know what is the definition of ultra-processed food, it's food that is produced on a factory. Industrial food. It doesn't grow on the ground. It doesn't grow like animals, cows, sheep. It is produced on a factory. That's the ultra-processed food, and that is the root cause of the non-communicable disease. Also, you need to start being more mobile. We live, or human body, or in wholeness, is a communication system, as an information system. Just like termites. You have a moth in Africa. You have an anteater that comes and destroys the moth or part of it so it can eat some termites. And what is needed to repair the moth is more worker termites, not soldiers, workers. And it is the termites that go and tell the queen by hitting on the queen's stomach that what is needed is to produce workers, give birth to workers. Everything is with communication. We're constantly sending signals to our body because it doesn't have a way to know what is needed, what is the task at hand. That's why we have eyes, senses, ear. We can see what is outside, and one way or another we tell our system, our nervous system primarily, what is needed to produce so that we can cope with our reality. If you don't move, you're telling your body, part of it is resistance. We don't need anything, everything is food, and in fact you need to turn off the energy system. You need to get rid of all these things that are not longer needed, your muscle mass, etc., etc. Now, let's talk about muscle mass. Everybody tells you what you need is your muscle mass. Muscle mass decreases after the age 30 or whatever. And you lose your muscle mass, you lose your strength, and that's terrible for longevity. The reason why we need muscle mass is because the muscle mass tells every single organ in our body or any tissue we need to shape up. That's why building muscle, doing weights, heavy lifting, tells our system shape up. It tells our heart gets stronger. It tells our liver produce more energy. It tells our mitochondria, produce more mitochondria and create more energy. Muscle mass is not a bodybuilder. In fact, bodybuilder, they have their own priorities. That is mostly capillarities. It is not muscle. To build muscle mass, what you need to do is heavy lifting, whatever is heavy for you. It might be 10 pounds, it might be 100 pounds, it might be 400 pounds. Doesn't matter. Just whatever is heavy to you. Also, when you see people like hunching over, not being able to walk, not being able to get out of their car, it is not because they're old. The reason for that is because they have a lot of what is called visceral fat. It is fat in the muscles where they should be muscle fiber. It is fat, and fat doesn't contract like muscles. Therefore, on the previous program, we told you the series of exercises you can do to start getting rid of your over 50 curves. Remember, if the take up home, get out of it. It is on your hands. It is what you choose to do. And that's what's going to save you. Thank you very much for listening. And next, I'm going to show you the video of me doing the 350 pound deadlift to show you that it is indeed possible. Thank you very much. Without further ado, here it goes.